If you have ever felt ugly, unworthy, out of place because of your body, if you've cried in a trial room, if you've avoided photos, if you've eaten in secret because food is the only thing that felt comforting to you, then I am speaking to you today because I have lived that life. And I want to tell you the truth nobody told me. Your problem is not weight. Your problem is pain. And the answer is not another diet. The answer is healing. I was overweight since I was a child. I was called by different names: Moti, Bhens, Hathi, by relatives, by friends, by family. Though they used to feel that, it was funny, it was not funny for me. I was laughed at in front of everyone. And when something like that happened again and again with me, I just stopped standing up for myself. I started believing what they said. I started believing them. I began backing off from school functions, dance performances, trips, even birthdays, because I felt like I do not fit in. I am not the right person. I am not the right girl. That is where my weight started building, not on my body but also in my beliefs. Psychologically, this is also called identity based conditioning. When you are constantly told that you are fat, you are lazy, you are not attractive, you stop seeing it as feedback and you start seeing it as your identity, and you start telling yourself that this is who I am. I used to cry in trial rooms because whenever I used to pick up clothes I loved, none of them would fit me. As a child, I wore clothes from the adult section. Now, just imagine how humiliated I would have been felt, and even shopping used to hurt me. I hated whenever, people around me went to shop. I just wanted to stay back home. I remember wanting to lose weight so badly, but never being able to stick to anything. And every time I failed, I hated myself even more. And what did I do to cope up with that shame? I ate again. I literally ate my emotions, my feelings. And that is how my emotional eating cycle started. Now let's talk about emotional eating, because emotional eating is not just about food. It is way deeper than what we know and what we understand about emotional eating. It's not about hunger, it's about emotional pain and emotional ignorance. As a child, I did not know how to sit with my sadness, with my anger, with my loneliness. So, food became my medicine in that case. I was not eating for taste, I was eating for escape. And I was not alone. Many people, especially women, use food to regulate their emotions they've never been taught to feel safely. We've never been taught how to process grief, sadness, stress, rejection. And what happens is that we start swallowing those emotions, quite literally. So, the thing is that if food can numb, food can also heal you. And every time I binged, I felt worse about myself. I used to feel so much of guilt, so much of shame, and that guilt and shame made me want to eat again. And that is what we psychologists call the shame binge cycle. It's brutal and it keeps you stuck. Why you cannot stick to anything. At one point, I myself stopped trying. I told myself maybe it's just not meant for me. I am never meant to get healthy and fit. Now that is the identity speaking again. You see, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your identity. This is the major reason why diets fail, why extreme workout plans fail, because they try to change the action without changing your belief system. They don't ask, what story do you believe about yourself? Who do you think you are when no one is watching? Why are you numbing this pain with food? And what are you really hungry for? Until you heal those beliefs of yours, until you stop seeing yourself as the lazy one, the fat one, the failure in your own mind, nothing is going to change permanently for you externally. The wake up moment for me. 2019 happened when COVID was around the corner. My periods stopped for around 6 months. I did not get my periods, and PCOD hit me very hard. My doctor gave me a bunch of medicines. Most of them were hormonal pills, and that was a big, that was a tight slap from life. I remember looking in the mirror and being very angry at myself. There was a lot of frustration towards my own self, not at my body, but at the fact that I had abandoned myself and I had given up. I settled for this. I was literally asking this question to myself, and I did not want to live like that anymore. I decided that this time I will do it differently. Not for looking good, not for validation from people, not for social media, for no one. I wanted to do it for myself, for me, because I finally loved myself enough to stop abusing my body. How I actually changed. The mindset shift that helped me. No gym, no fancy diet plans, no personal coach. I started to take very small steps. But I made a commitment before starting that, I will not give up. I was so serious about the commitment I made to myself. And I just told myself that, there will be days when I will not be motivated and pumped up to follow a diet or, to work out regularly. But I will do it. I will stay consistent and I will be disciplined no matter what I feel like. I will keep my feelings aside and I will just be disciplined and consistent no matter what the results are. That was the promise I made to myself before starting on this journey. So I started taking very small steps. I started walking 10,000 steps a day. I worked on controlling my portions because that was the area I was struggling with. I could not control my portions, and whenever I used to eat like crazy. So it was normal ghar ka khana, home cooked meals, no fancy shakes, no supplements, nothing, just small steps. And most importantly, I worked on my mind. That was the main thing throughout this journey. I journaled every day. I even cried on the days when I felt low. There were different past traumas that were coming up when I was in this journey, and I made sure that I was sitting through all those traumas, and I was working through them rather than just running away. It was a very intense, deep inner work I did throughout this journey, and it was not just a physical transformation that happened, it was a mental glow up. It was actually a mental rewiring. Your brain actually shifts and it literally rewires. I started asking myself some hard questions, and some of them I even remember today, and you can even use them for yourself. Ask yourself these questions, and maybe you'll get some good answers out of these. First is, why do I think I don't deserve to be healthy, right? Second is, why do I tie my worth to my weight? And the third one is, when did I start hating myself so much? These are the things which literally help you think at a different level, right? And it's not just a superficial thing that you're working on. It's not just weight. It's about your belief. It's about your identity. And when you start working on your identity, you slowly break the old identity and start to rebuild your new self. Heal the root, not just the symptom. You have to work on your self-image, and you have to make a sustainable lifestyle shift, right? Now, let me tell you something that most people, especially women, don't realize. Your weight is not the problem. Your self-image is. We don't see ourselves as healthy, radiant, powerful, fit women here in our mind. We see ourselves as the fat one, the lazy one, the one who always fails. And when your inner self image is broken, it's shattered, no amount of gym or diet plans can fix it. Because your external results will always reflect your internal identity and internal reality, the way you are looking at yourself internally, right? And it's not even your fault. Most of us have been conditioned from a young age to believe that. And we've always been told that thin is equal to good, loved, successful. Fat is equal to bad, rejected, lazy, ugly, right? We've grown up in households where we've seen our mothers hating their bodies, relatives commenting on weight like it's public property, and society constantly measuring our worth by the inches on our waist. So we've internalized this belief, and we tell ourselves that if I don't look a certain way, I don't deserve to feel good. But here is what I learned the hard way. You cannot heal your body by hating it, right? You cannot change your life by shaming yourself into action. You cannot fix a psychological wound with a physical solution. Weight gain is not the problem, it's just a symptom, right? The real problem is emotional suppression, it's low self worth, and years of pain that got buried under the comfort eating, people pleasing, binge eating, and giving up. That is why I never tell anyone to just diet. Because you don't need a diet. You really need a lifestyle upgrade and an identity shift. I'm literally focusing on identity shifting because that is the secret. That is the secret, and that is the only thing which will help you. It's not just a 90-day transformation program or a quick fix that you're looking for. It's not going to help you. It's a lifelong evolution. Quick fixes like crash diets, 1200 calorie diet plans, detox teas, they don't work long term. Always remember this. Because those things don't teach you how to eat when you are anxious. They don't teach you how to handle a bad day without turning to food for comfort. They don't heal your emotional wound. True transformation is slow. You evolve as a person. It's sustainable and it's soulful. It's built on awareness and not obsession. It always begins with awareness. It focuses more on habits, not hacks. It's more about discipline, not desperation. That is what creates a version of you that not only looks good, but actually feels good internally and feels unstoppable. Now, the real secret is identity shift, and that transformed me completely. And trust me when I say this, it really works. Here is what most people don't understand. You don't lose weight to become confident. You become confident and then you naturally lose weight. You understand? It's not just about calories, it's about your character. It's not just about meal plans and workout plans, it's more about your mindset. I started seeing myself as a disciplined woman in my mind here first. I started imagining myself wearing a beautiful dress that I've always wanted to wear, walking confidently, imagining myself here in my mind as a healthy, fit woman. I said, this is who I am, a confident, fit, healthy Himanshi. I stopped trying to be perfect and focused on just being consistent. Consistency is the mother of all skills. Always remember this. And that is what creates real change. It's more about sustainable healing. 3 years fast forward, I have maintained the lost weight. I lost around 40 to 45 kgs in 16 to 18 months, and the most important thing is, and the most toughest to do is, to maintain the weight that you've lost. And I am proud when I say that I have maintained the weight, the lost one, for 3+ years now. Because I did not just lose weight, I lost the beliefs that were weighing me down, that were pulling me back. Today, I still eat what I like. I indulge in junk food, I eat sweets, I eat pastries, I eat pizzas, I enjoy each and everything which I feel like having. But I don't binge, I don't punish my body. And I obviously do not worship scale. I'm not obsessed about a number on the scale because I know that that number will not define who I am as a person, right? It's more to do about my parameters on the basis of how healthy I'm feeling, how active I feel, the way I'm fitting into my clothes, and not just about a number. Because I am finally in a healthy relationship now with food and with movement and with myself, I am a confident person. So, my final message is to the person who is struggling right now, who is in this place where they feel stuck, because I've been there, I've been through what you're going through at this point, and I can really get you. I can feel the emotional pain. So, just hear me out. If you're stuck in this cycle right now, please don't look for another diet plan. Please don't look for another workout plan. And please don't wait for a right time or a perfect time, because it's just an illusion. You don't need a smartwatch. You don't need fancy gym wear. You don't need an expensive diet plan. No supplements, no expensive protein powders, nothing. You just need courage, commitment, and self-awareness. And you just have to face your fears and really be truthful and honest with yourself and ask yourself this one question: what kind of life do I want to create for myself? It's a very powerful question. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are just hurt. And healing is possible. If someone like me, who was addicted to food, who was full of shame, had zero self-belief, can do it, you can do it. Trust me when I say this. So if this touched you, if it resonated well with you, I would be happy even if one person could be benefited from this. And I'll be sharing more about psychology, mindset, and healing here, because I have transformed myself into a new person, and all that I've done for myself, the inner work that I've done, and all the practices that have proved beneficial for me, I will be sharing here, because you deserve to transform not just your body but your life. And always remember, we are in this together. You are not alone. And if in case you want personalized coaching sessions, I will mention my email ID down below in this description. You can reach out to me and we can connect there. Thank you so much.